Hey.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to our video aimed at teachers, parents, childminders and just anyone who comes into contact with children.
As children grow and develop, they're vulnerable to the impact that our language can have on them. So simple throwaway comments like, "Ooh, how naughty to have another slice of cake," talk of crash darts and summer bodies can have a massive impact on the way in which we're teaching them to view their own bodies and those of their peers.
It perpetuates diet culture, and by categorising food into good and bad, or something to be earned or something to be burnt off, we are ultimately setting children up for future disordered relationships with food and with their bodies.
All across the country, children who are heavier than their classmates experience size bias, not just from their peers, but from adults too. And school health programmes, nutritional advice can sometimes hurt more than it can help. Students experience harassment and prejudice and are often frightened into hating their bodies, frequently being taught that dieting is the only solution, even though study after study shows that dieting doesn't work.
Victims of size discrimination often suffer from depression, anxiety, loneliness and low self-esteem. And as if that wasn't bad enough, the relentless commentary that health is judged by size acts to perpetuate eating disorders and can trigger dangerous relapses.
But aren't we facing an obesity epidemic? So shouldn't we be aiming to teach children to eat healthier and exercise more?
Time for some myth busting.
When modifiable health influencers, such as education, employment, income and lifestyle factors, were reviewed at a population level, they found that 70% of the contribution came from social determinants.
These are all too often outside of our behavioural control. Things such as access to medical care, poverty, environmental exposure, stigma and discrimination.
Lifestyle factors like smoking, diet and exercise actually only contribute 30% of modifiable health outcomes, and only 10% of those are nutrition and exercise.
Diet culture likes to tell us that food intake and exercise are the overall determinants of health, but this just isn't true. They tell us this because they want us to buy into their crash diets, weight loss pills and expensive gadgets.
Food and exercise comprise a small portion of our overall modifiable well-being, and this is before we begin to consider genetics. Health is extremely complex and is only minimally within our control.
Stigma and discrimination are likely to be far more detrimental and dangerous to an individual's health. Please remember this and challenge your own language.
So, as teachers, what do we want you to do?
Do not focus on size as an indicator of health. Take the focus off size, food and eating and back onto health and general well-being. Remember, as we said earlier, that lifestyle factors actually play a very small part in health.
Question your own size bias and avoid negative self-talk about your own body in order to prevent it slipping out in front of children and young people. If and when you hear something troubling, in the staff room, classroom or playground, challenge it. You are a role model to your students or to the children you look after, so it's worth making yourself feel a bit uncomfortable if the outcome ultimately improves the well-being of a child under your care.
Build trust with students who are heavier or who do not fit into the aesthetic promoted as being healthy by society. That way you'll be more approachable for things such as bullying issues.
Be aware that a child's wellness is likely to be improved much more through working on their confidence and self-esteem rather than recommending a clean eating plan or a new diet.
Don't criticise weight gain or compliment weight loss. You don't know the reason for somebody's change in weight, and making comments can encourage unhelpful behaviours.
Be aware that with eating disorders on the rise, you might have students in your class who are in recovery. It's your responsibility to create an environment conducive to a successful and sustained recovery. Small throwaway comments can be very triggering and dangerous. Things you might say around friends and family may not be appropriate around vulnerable students.
Ensure that whenever images are used in classrooms, they include individuals from a wide variety of body sizes and ethnic backgrounds.
Be aware that fitness and health are separate.
For example, a student could appear very athletic, but they could be suffering with something such as orthorexia, and therefore their physical health and their mental health could be suffering greatly.
Remember that nutritional requirements vary hugely between children based off activity level, genetics, ethnicity, and so many other factors.
We acknowledge and appreciate that challenging instances of fatphobic language and of implementing the points raised in this video may feel daunting.
And so we want to direct you towards the wealth of online resources that are available to you to help you feel more comfortable and secure in your approach. The book Health at Every Size by Lindo Bacon is a great place to start. It has a special section for schools and teachers and is a fundamental text for the basis of this teaching.
You could even see about getting some copies for your school library or just to share around between teachers.
Also, as we highlight in all of our videos, BEAT, the leading eating disorder charity in the UK, can provide resources, support and training. Just go to their website, click on Supporting Someone and then Worried About a Pupil if you have concerns in an educational setting. It can give you some great guidance as a starting point.
BEAT also provides specific training, which can be found under the Training and CPD section of their website. So please check it out if you're looking to take your understanding a bit further.
Links for both can be found in the description box for this video.
Thanks so much for your time in watching this video. As always, with any comments or questions, just drop them below or reach out to us via our email, which is bttbristoluni@gmail.com.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time for another video from us, Beat This Together. Bye!
Bye!
Thank you for watching. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye!
Thanks for watching. Bye!